Sorry.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Paintin Corners. This is the first episode of Season 13,
Ooh,
technically.
that's right, yeah. It's the off-season.
Season 12 has come to an end, unfortunately. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad to think about. Sad day.
It's going to be better when it comes back.
That's true. That is very true. Just in case this is your first time watching Paintin Corners, your host, James Thrillo, along with my co-host, Nick Volpe, Dodger legend. I'm the captain of the Dodgers. He's the assistant captain of the Dodgers. I'm the commissioner of the MLWB, and Nick is an MLWB champion. But Dodgers have a lot of work to do this offseason. But first off, this isn't about the Dodgers. This is about the World Series champions because we have new World Series champions. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers. Congrats to Joe Lemley, Chris Castano, Andrew Shorey, and of course Julian Moulds.
Fantastic year for them. They went. What the total record wise? They went
15-2. Yeah, we swept them. It was the only games they lost, but then they swept us in the playoffs.
That's what.
Which is
They
when
beat
it
us when
mattered.
it mattered.
They beat us when it mattered. To be fair, so the only team that beat them, they got their payback. So they did everything they had to do to win the whole thing, and they did. And we were talking about this when, like, a few episodes ago, before the World Series started. We said, no matter what, there's no chance this is going to be a sweep. We did say that. And it was a sweep. A three-game sweep.
It was the. Oh yeah. Oh sorry. The World Series. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about our series.
No. I'm talking about the World Series. We said there's no way it's going to be a sweep. This series is going for probably 5. Either way, no matter who wins.
And it went 3.
Brewers handled business in 3 without giving up a run. Joe Lemley, second pitcher in MLWB history to pitch the whole World Series and not give up a single run. I don't know if he gave up a runner on third.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Like, that's absurd to think about. And it's not like, it's not like he's facing a lineup that, is no good. That's a great lineup the Rays have. It's the Rays. Sweeping the Rays in a 2-game series in the regular season is almost impossible. Sweeping them 3 straight on 2 different weekends, ridiculous stuff. Where do we rank the Brewers in all-time teams here in the MLWB?
Do you mean like as a franchise? You mean as this specific team?
The 2025 MLWB Brewers. Where do we rank them amongst greatest teams in MLWB history?
I mean,
because I think they're up there.
They lost 2 games, and it was to us, and then they swept us in the playoffs. So I mean,
they evened it out.
They evened it out at the end of the day. I mean, and the thing is, you don't give up a run to the Rays. That's fucking disgusting.
And it's not like, it was only 3 games. It was 6 innings. Game 2 was 10 innings. And then Game 3 was 5 innings. So it was 21 innings.
No
runs.
Castano walked off Game 1.
Yes. And then Joe had a walk-off hit in Game 2 in the 10th.
Okay. And then Lemley struck out Yeager in the third game. That was to win the game.
So 21 innings without giving up a run in the World Series. And he pitched 31 innings in the postseason and only gave up 1 run. And it was Lawyer's homer.
Yeah, that's right.
One run in 31 innings.
And if you want to view as a whole picture, Castano still had the most RBIs in the league, or did Lemley eventually?
Castano and Lemley tied for the league lead in RBIs in the regular season.
Okay, so they both had the most RBIs in the regular season. I'm probably 99% sure Lemley had the best ERA in the regular season, if I had to guess.
Second best behind Moser.
Okay, second. Oh,
so Lemley pitched more than Moser.
Best in the NL. I'm sorry.
Best in the NL. He did pitch more than Ryan, but second best in the league. But he led the league in homers.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to argue to not put this team top 5, maybe top 3.
Top 5 ever, probably.
Maybe even top 3. Just the dominant run. Like at this specific moment in time, they cleaned house. Yeah. Everybody,
They didn't lose a playoff game.
They didn't lose a playoff game. Everybody's contributing. I think you got to put them. I'd say at top 5 at least. Maybe top 3.
I think it's definitely top 3 in terms of playoff runs. Maybe top 2.
In terms of in playoff runs, I would say
all-time teams top 5.
That's fair.
Because you got to keep in mind, it's not like they had a cakewalk to the World Series. Yeah. They beat the 2 best franchises in MLWB history. They swept both of them. The Dodgers and Rays. Those are the 2 hardest teams to beat historically in the MLWB. And I'm not saying that because we're Dodgers. It's just if you look at, you know, the accolades, the Dodgers and Rays are the two best franchises in league history,
sure.
and they swept both of them. So I think if you're asking me who the best teams in MLWB history are, I think the 2025 Brewers are up there.
Of course.
I think the 2022 Rays are up there.
Yep.
I think the 2023 and 24 Dodgers are in there. And the season 1 Marlins.
Season 1 Marlins.
Me and Tyler. I think those are your top 5 teams ever. Because some teams were very good, but it was during teams of one. So can you really call it the best team
Is
ever
that
when
what
it's
season?
one guy?
Wait, who was with the Marlins then?
Me and Tyler.
You and Tyler. Okay.
But there were like season 7, I went undefeated.
Okay.
But I was the only one. Is that even? Is that a team?
You are your own team. It's really not.
Like, you can't call that the best team of all time when it's one guy.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't think that really
No,
counts.
it's.
So I think
I assume you won the World Series if you put him top 5, right?
in 2020, yeah. But
No, I'm saying with the Marlins.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
we went undefeated the whole year. That was the first season. So I would say 2017 Marlins. This is not in order. 2025 Brewers, 2022 Rays, and then the 23 and 24 Dodgers. I think those are the top
That's
5
fair.
teams in MLWB history.
Nothing fair.
I think that the
Excuse me.
who do you think was better, the 2023 Dodgers or 2024 Dodgers? I guess actually never mind. That's biased for you to say because you were on the. I forgot. I'm thinking you were on both teams. You were
Yeah.
on the 24 Dodgers, but that was
They were. It was what, undefeated? No. We didn't. You went undefeated in 23, right?
yeah.
undefeated?
And we lost 2 games in the World Series. And then in 2024, we went undefeated, lost 1 game in the World Series. But in 2024, we were 8-0. 2023, we were 12-0. So technically, we won more games in
Technically,
2023.
yeah.
But we both
But
accomplished the same goal.
To be fair, though, I mean,
So
I feel like at the end of the, I mean, like, it doesn't matter because you both won the World Series, so it doesn't really.
right.
I mean, I say they're at least. I could honestly put them as like equal because we don't know. We didn't play those extra 4 games. We could have. I'm not saying we would have. We could have lost all 4. We could have won all 4.
Right.
So
That's true.
I would say you had to put them at the same because
Mhm.
we just played the games that are on the schedule. That's what we did.
Yeah, that's true. You got to give the Brewers credit too because at the beginning of the season, they lost Jack, who everyone knew he was going to get better, and he did.
Yeah.
He had a great season on the mound. They lost him, and people were thinking like, okay, so are they going to be much better? They were 2-6 last year. Are they going to be any better? Chris ends up having a monster season. They got him from the Pirates on like the second day of the offseason. They end up getting him, and they go 10-2. They sweep the Astros.
I didn't even think about that. Chris went from the Pirates to Pirates to Brewers, and Jack went from Brewers to Pirates. Right? Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean that was pretty much the trade. So back on like
I'm
August.
sorry, yeah. I forgot. I thought it was a draft for a second. I forgot about that.
So Jack was drafted by the Pirates, but the trade was the Pirates got the Brewers' second overall pick and like more for Chris, and then the Pirates used that second overall pick to get Jack. So it was basically like a Jack for Chris swap.
Yeah.
Ended up working well for both teams.
Yep.
And because the Pirates have found their pitcher, and the Brewers got Chris, which was a huge part of their lineup, tied for league lead in RBIs with 26 in just 12 games. Very impressive stuff.
Very good stuff.
And he had the walk-off in Game 1 of the World Series. If they don't make that trade, they probably don't win the World Series.
Very possible.
So yeah, congratulations to the Brewers. Yes. But lots to talk about as well because the offseason has officially begun as of last night. We're recording this on Tuesday. We started the offseason. Trading reopened 8 p.m. last night, Eastern time, and we're now able to re-sign guys. So we have 2 moves to go over. We have the trade that we made with the Orioles, getting the free agent points for giving up cash.
Teo, right?
And the Orioles re-signed Teo Mayorga. So technically it's a re-sign because it was just the Yankees to the Orioles. He was a Yankee, now he's an Oriole. But so they re-signed him for 30 free agent points. How do you feel about that move?
I mean, it's a good move, Dylan knows, he's got all those picks. He's just, you got Dylan. Sorry, you got Dylan. You have Teo in the lineup, good hitter, quick guy. He's gonna be ready to go. You're gonna have three more bats next year. You're probably gonna find your pitcher in the draft. And they're
Right.
gonna be. I think the Pirates are. What am I talking about? Pirates.
Orioles?
Yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say Yankees, Pirates. We're going down the whole.
They did rebrand like a week ago. So
I don't even know why
in
I
your
said the
defense.
Pirates. We were just talking about the Pirates, but Orioles. You know, they're gonna come back next season. Very possible playoff team. I think it's definitely a shot. Three first round picks.
They get the number 1 overall pick, and there's a very, very good prospect that is the number 1 pick. And I apologize to this guy if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I believe it's Benji Pabellon. I could be saying that wrong. I apologize if I am. Don't mean to butcher your name. But this kid's a stud. 19 years old, can pitch, can hit. Player comparison to the league. Is it crazy to say Ryan Moser?
If he can actually hit and pitch, I'd say no. But I haven't seen the tape.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some highlights. I've seen a bit of film of this kid play. Could he? I mean, there's no guarantee he's the number 1 pick. Anything could change from now till December,
Of course.
when the draft happens. That could totally change.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I would say he's the projected number 1. I would say he's projected to go to Baltimore. If that happens, Orioles probably find their guy on the mound, which they were trying to figure out last year in New York. Couldn't really figure it out. Didn't know if Monge was the guy. They'd give Teo an opportunity. They'd give Sean an opportunity here and there. They even gave Pozert an opportunity here and there. Mm-hmm. They used 4 different pitchers throughout the season. Zach Porcella never played a game for them.
That's right.
It was hard for them to find their guy, but if they get Pabellon number 1, I think it's safe to say they have their guy. Anything could change,
Of course.
but could be a huge move for Baltimore.
Monge did a really good job. Like he knew that this year was not going to be his year, and he said, "Okay, it's fine. We'll go back to the drawing board." And
Yeah.
20, 25, or you mean to the technically 26, 27 draft, right? Because
The 2026 draft.
right, and it's gonna Yeah. So then he just said he said I'll just bulk up picks for next year.
There you go.
Look at the tape, look at the prospects, get ready, and then we think we know who he's picking first overall to go to Baltimore.
Yeah. He's got the first pick, the third pick, and the 5th pick. So 3 top 5 picks in an 8-team draft. We don't know if there's going to be 2 rounds this year like there were last year, just because we don't know how many guys aren't going to get re-signed. Because if you're new to following this league, whoever doesn't get re-signed goes back into the draft. One of the coolest things I think we have about this league is that happens. Because, like, imagine the MLB, right? Like, freaking, I don't know. Like, Bryce Harper, at the end of his contract, doesn't get re-signed by the Phillies, and he goes back into the draft. And whoever has the number 1 pick gets Bryce Harper.
Crazy.
Like, that'd be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened with Tyler Wagner a few years ago. The Rays, didn't re-sign him, and he went into the draft and got drafted number 1 by the Royals, and he had been in the league for like 6 years at that point, but he was the number 1 pick. Then he ended up getting traded to the Nationals. Then they rebranded the Phillies. He gets named team captain, and it's a long story, but like cool stuff like that happens in this league that you wouldn't see in other leagues, and I think that's like one of the coolest things about our league.
Oh yeah.
So, Orioles have 3 top 5 picks. If they can draft well, they use their picks wisely. Do we see the Orioles in the postseason next year, or is it too early?
You know, it all depends with how strong the rest of the AL is, because depends also where trade rumors of Ryan Moser, of course.
This is true.
If Ryan Moser finds his way to another team in the AL, that's going to make it a lot harder for the Orioles. But if he finds his way to the NL...
Oh, you're saying he gets traded to another team inside the American League division?
I'm just saying it's a what-if. I'm saying if he gets traded to another team in the AL, you know, it's going to make... Obviously, the Astros are going to lose the big guy, but someone else is going to get even better, so it's going to make that 1 and 2 position even harder to get. Mm-hmm. But if he finds his way to the NL, then it's just going to make the Orioles run much easier.
Right.
You don't have to worry about... Most likely you're going to play him, but you don't have to worry about division rankings.
Right. So, and then you already know the Rays are going to be good.
Of course.
The Rays are good every year. They're, like we were saying before, one of the most historic franchises in league history. 2022 World Series champions. They've been to the World Series 4 times, and they've only been a team since season 6.
Crazy.
So, also, 7 seasons, 4 World Series appearances.
One more thing, not to do with the Rays, but you were talking about earlier with how different the season could have went for the Royals if Javier actually played.
Yeah.
He could play next year, and the Royals are a playoff team.
Well, do we see the Royals re-signing him after he wasn't here this year?
Okay. Oh, that's right, because the draft's only it's a 1-year contract, right? It's
Yeah.
1 year.
So that's another thing. The guy who went number 1 last year, we still haven't seen his debut, which, not knocking him for that, stuff happens, but we still haven't seen his debut. We could see him go back into the draft and
Yeah, he could fall because they know he hasn't played.
He could fall, or he could get taken early again. He could show up this year, and he could have a great season because he is a great player. That's why he went number 1 last year.
I will say, if I was the Royals, he doesn't have any free agent. He's still his free agent points are super low.
He's worth like 40 because he didn't play a game.
He didn't play a game.
But he's a very good player, worth much more than 40 free agent points.
I agree. So if I'm not trying to give the Royals advice here. If I was them, I think you just re-sign him for the 40. You have your
take
pick.
the chance.
You take the chance. You have your pick anyway, and eventually, if he does come back, you still can either have him on your team, or if he doesn't want to play for you, you can trade him.
This is true.
He's got plenty of value to be traded for. Definitely worth more than 40 free agent points.
This is
would
true.
you rather just lose that, and make him go in the draft, or just spend the 40?
The only thing is, if you spend those 40 points and he doesn't show up, those points can go towards another guy on the Royals who's a free agent, and that's Dylan Wagner.
That's true.
And John Rome.
And
Lucas Stewart.
They don't have enough for all of them, do they? Because they're all free agents.
That's right. So maybe we see the Royals make a trade for free agent points so they can re-sign their whole team, but
Well,
do they re-sign their whole team after missing the playoffs?
Is Dylan going back, though?
That's another question.
That's a question.
Do they re-sign Dylan because of what happened at the end of the year? You know, there were problems like with who's the captain, you know. What happens there?
I would say if they can even things out, straighten it all out, and Dylan wants to go back, I don't know how you could not re-sign him.
Right.
But you gotta make sure it's mutual. If it's not mutual, then there's no point in doing this. So then
Right.
at that, you just gotta let him go back in the draft and maybe re-sign the rest of your team.
Now, maybe they re-sign him to trade him somewhere else. Maybe there could be teams that we don't even know about that are interested in getting Dylan Wagner this offseason.
That's a great move to make if you're gonna sign and trade him, because if he's going in the draft, he's going early.
Oh yeah,
He's not going anywhere later than 4.
no, 100%. I'd be shocked if he went lower than
3.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've talked about it a few episodes ago when the regular season wrapped up that his brother is a captain of another team.
That's right.
Tyler Wagner, captain of the Phillies.
And his uncle's there too.
And his uncle is on that team. So
That would be.
Would we really be surprised if Dylan Wagner was a Philly next year?
I mean, it would just be probably our most fun series of the year. Honestly, let's be honest.
Right.
I think it has nothing to do with the conversation. I think they've never been on a team before, have they?
They were supposed to be on the Royals together, and then Dylan traded them.
Oh my god.
Brotherly love.
Oh my god. Well, you know, they are the Phillies, you know. So I think if Dylan doesn't want to stay, he would have to get traded to the Phillies. Right, or he
would have to get re-signed first, or they could draft him at number 2.
If I'm in Tyler, what Tyler could be thinking is like, all right, me and my brother both missed the postseason this year. Both had, you know, some good games. They're both solid teams. And you know, of course, both the Wagners are great, and of course, Uncle Tom. So why not at least try it for a year? If it works.
The Phillies went 3-9. The Royals went 4-8. So it's not like, you know, if Dylan Wagner goes to the Phillies are going to get worse.
No,
they're not going to get worse. So
it's like.
And I'm saying that because Dylan's a very good player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, then you have a World Series contending team right there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, do we think Tyler would trade for him after Dylan traded him just 2 years ago?
He's going to trade for him, and he's going to trade him right away again.
Did he get payback? He's going to trade him this time?
You know what? You said brotherly love. I think it's all forgiven. Maybe. Probably not. But
that's the thing. Another thing about the Royals is that they traded their first-round pick for Javi Cruz. So they don't have a first-round pick, so maybe they trade Dylan Wagner for a first-round pick
That's
to
true.
get their pick back, or
Yeah.
they re-sign Javi and trade him for a first-round pick to get their pick back.
I would say I would focus on Dylan first because he's actually been he was at
He's there.
every game, right? And he was the former captain for years, of course. So like if Dylan wants to go, then you let him go and then you re-sign Javi. If Dylan was like, okay, I actually kind of want to say in where I want to go and I want to get traded, then you got to sign him. Then go for the trade. You get that value.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's so much. Like, I absolutely hate that the off season is like over 9 months. It's over 9 months until we play again. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But the off season can be a lot of fun.
Last year was
that one random night in March where there were like 4 blockbuster trades in the span of 2 hours.
And the deadline there was like nothing.
And then the deadline there was one trade and nothing happened.
Then it was it.
That was that. Like, you never know. Like, you could wake up one morning, be scrolling through Instagram, and then boom, there's a huge trade. Because trading is open from now up until the trade deadline, which is like what, mid-June?
Yeah, like what, June?
Like late June or they're like mid-June, right?
Because what June
I think
15th was this year?
June like 20th,
was it that late?
22nd, something like that. So there's trading open from now until like late June of 2026. A lot can happen from then. And we have a lot of guys that need to be re-signed. You can re-sign players up until October 1st. Once October 1st hits, anybody that is not re-signed goes back into the draft, and they are a lock for the draft pool. You cannot re-sign them after that, and no other teams can spend free agent points to sign them. They are in the draft. And then, of course, we have our rookies like Benji Pavillon. We have Nick Gonzalez. We have plenty of good rookies coming our way.
Yeah.
I know Zach Kinsel has connections with a good amount of the rookies coming into the MLWB in 2026. Maybe we see the Royals trade for a high pick to get one of those guys that have connections with Kinsel.
Possible.
That's completely possible.
Yeah, of course.
Do we see the Orioles trading the first pick, or is there like no chance?
I mean, can I tell him what you were talking about with Monge, I guess?
Yeah.
He, as Monge would say, this is untouchable.
Yeah.
You would have to send, like, everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, is it worth it to send everything for the first overall pick? Like, I would say...
It depends how high you are on the guys in the draft.
Oh, of course. That's true, but, like, if Monge is saying it's completely untouchable, that means you have to send everything that you have for that one pick.
Right.
So you are blowing your team up for that year just for that one player.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Unless there's a trade that you can possibly make that doesn't.
There are a ton of guys. I mean, the re-signing phase opened last night, so let's not act like, oh, this guy hasn't been re-signed, he's going to be in the draft. But there are a ton of guys that haven't been re-signed and that could not be re-signed. Like we were talking about how Dylan Wagner could be in the draft.
Yeah.
And he could be like the second or third pick, meaning there's several great players in the draft.
Of course, yeah.
This could be one of the best draft classes of all time. We have no idea. We have absolutely no idea. This could be completely bonkers. Like last year on draft night, we had several trade talks. We had Ryan Moser almost become a Ray. Dylan Yeager was almost an Astro. We had Ryan Moser almost become a Pirate. We had
Again.
We had so many crazy things. Cole Pucala, who won ALCS MVP this year, fell to the late second round. Vincent Martini was a second round pick. He's one of the finalists for Rookie of the Year. Crazy stuff.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff.
That's what I love about a draft. It's especially when you look back at it, it's like holy shit. The first round, everybody passed on this guy who made it to the second round and then it's winning all these awards.
Right.
Raise for Cole Pucala.
Won ALCS MVP.
Helps him get to the World Series.
Yeah.
But it's great. Vincent Martini, he's obviously a high shot for winning Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And of course he's gonna get better next year, obviously. Pirates are gonna get even better. Like I still think the Pirates the team they have right now can easily make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
I think easily they can do it.
Yeah.
So I think next year, everybody's gonna get better on the Pirates and it's gonna be all worth it. And all for the second round.
what moves do we see the Pirates making this offseason? Because let's say, let's be real, and, this isn't us. I feel like we talk about, like, the same situation with the Pirates every episode, but...
It's a good situation.
To touch on it again, we know the Pirates' struggle this year was their production at the plate. They scored 14 runs the whole season. We know that they need to do better than that to be a playoff team and try to win a championship. And that's not us saying, oh, the Pirates' offense stinks, because it doesn't. They have a great lineup.
Of course.
But they need to perform better in certain situations. And they know that. That's not us criticizing them. That's just, we're just calling it how it is,
and
right?
We know that those guys can score. I'm just going to bring up a few things.
Absolutely.
Especially with, specifically with Jack and Graziano. We play with them on Team Italy.
Yes, we
know
did.
what happens.
It was a pleasure. And we put belt to tush, if you will. If you will.
I hate to bring it up against you, but Braden, what was it, last year in the NLCS?
NLCS.
What, home run?
Hit a home run against me.
He can hit. We know Braden can hit.
Let's look at the beginning of the season. The Pirates put 3 runs off of me in the first inning. And there were no homers. It was just hit after hit after hit.
They could do it.
And it was like,
they
what
100%
the heck?
could do it.
They can do it against anybody,
and of course,
I feel like.
Like I said, Vinny, obviously going to get better. He can already do it anyway. The only reason I had those
Both
guys,
Vinnies.
I had those, both Vinnies. Yeah, I was already talking about Graziano earlier.
Yeah.
I only say those 3 before him because I was there with the Braden game when that was the first year with the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I played with Jack and Graziano on the
Team Italy?
Yes. Then
Shirt finally came in, by the way.
yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. It was supposed to get here in February. So just in time for the next World Wiffle Ball Classic. No idea when that's going to be, but...
Hopefully Team Italy's still a thing.
Imagine. Oh, and look what else came in. Sean House, if you're watching this, your jersey came in. So I hung it up for the episode. Team USA, Sean House jersey.
Oh, let me see the front of that one. Let's see the front of it.
I really like the Team USA jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
This is nice. I like the star.
It looks good. I like that. I just forget what they all look like. It was like 9 months ago.
Yeah. It was like, a decade ago when we ordered them. And everybody's now messaging me saying, like, I just got an email confirmation saying my World Wiffle Ball Classic jersey is on its way.
I have no idea.
The tournament ended April 4th, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
About 9 months ago.
It's now July, whatever. It's almost August.
We ordered those, in December, didn't we? January,
like
maybe?
January or February.
Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So it's been like 6, 7. Actually, it was 6 months.
Yeah.
6, 7. That's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's something. But yeah, I mean, this offseason is going to be crazy because we have a lot of guys that could be moved. We have some guys that we have some captain switches. Oh, that's another thing that we didn't even mention about the Brewers. Joe Lemley's now the captain.
Oh yeah.
Do they re-sign Andrew Shorey?
He just won the World Series.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
I'd be very surprised if they didn't. They're going to re-sign Chris Castano. That's obvious. He helped them win a World Series.
Moles could obviously be signed too. He was there.
There you go.
Won the World Series.
There you go. I mean, is it crazy for them to just run it back with the same team and add like another guy?
No.
Because if
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. But we were talking about some potential rule changes. Nothing's official, of course, but are you on your phone on Paintin Corners?
Yeah, I was checking. Oh, yeah, I was checking something.
Are you on your phone on Paintin Corners?
I was.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry.
Is this boring you? Am I clowning you, Nick? Am I clowning you?
You think I'm funny? Do I amuse you?
Who sent that to me? Oh, it was Cody who sent me a Tommy Cutlets edit of that. He was like, "Am I clowning you?" And then it was like, "When the moon hits your eye," and it was a bunch of like Tommy DeVito. Yeah. Anyways, what the heck was I saying until Nick rudely went on his phone and ruined the episode? Honestly.
Yeah. My bad, guys.
Yeah, Nick's. We're looking for a new co-host actually now. This is Nick's last episode.
It was a pleasure, guys.
How does it feel? So you're getting kicked off. You're getting kicked off the Dodgers too. Like, how does it feel?
I'm surprised.
Why am I giving you a mic?
Yeah, I'm gonna lose a mic, so actually I'm gonna need this one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it took this long. It was a really long run. I'm surprised. Like I'm telling you, I'm surprised it went past the first two episodes, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I'm waiting for the paycheck in the mail, of course. Too.
Give
Give me my mic. You're off the show. Give me Cody back. Give me Cody back right now. Nick is gone. Nick's on the block. Get him out of here. Yeah. So you could doors that way. You could see yourself out. So thank you, Nick.
It's not my mic.
They probably can't hear you.
They're not supposed to. Well, yeah, you kicked me off. You don't want to hear me anymore.
No more Nick. All right. So we were saying, what were we saying? Joe Lemley, new captain of the Brewers. That's a great move for them.
Of course.
They don't have to spend 100 free agent points on Joe Lemley anymore because he's their captain.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to resign everybody else. Or that's what I would do.
And yeah, but we were talking about some potential rule changes.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Because we have more guys coming in the league. The league is growing. We could possibly see, no, this isn't a guarantee, but we could possibly see having to have at least 5 guys on a team instead of 4 because we have more players now. We could also maybe see more fielders because we have 1 pitcher and 2 fielders. We could possibly see more fielders by season 13 in 2026.
Very interesting.
How would you feel about that?
So we were talking before the episode actually started about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say everything. Nothing's like, nothing has to be hidden. Nothing has to like.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's fine.
So you were saying like there could be as many fielders as you want. That's what you said.
I think that'd be sick. Because go ahead.
Personally, for me, I would say if you wanted to do as many fielders as you want, I think the field needs to be a little bigger. I just think the fact if there's like hypothetically there's 4 fielders, it's either home run or bust.
That is a lot, but at the same time, you could, if you have like we were talking about this, like if we do rosters of 5 to 6 guys, and let's say a team shows up with 6 guys for a game,
yeah,
everybody's getting less at bats.
Sure.
Let's say the team they're playing shows up with like 2 guys. Like let's say it's Pirates, Dodgers. Let's say the Pirates have 6 guys on their team next year, right? And let's say we have 5 or 6,
okay,
right? Let's say 1 week nobody's available except you and me. So it's
sure,
you and me versus the Pirates. They deserve an advantage for having 4 more guys show up.
That's
right.
I would say
they deserve an advantage because they had more guys available. They shouldn't be punished because they had more guys. They should be able to have a big advantage, like having more fielders. Like if we have, let's say it's just you and me, I'd pitch, you would field, and then they would have, let's say Ivan's on the mound, and then they'd have like 4 or 5 fielders behind them. That's a big advantage that they deserve. Because like imagine like you're in a men's baseball league, right? And let's say one team shows up with 6 guys. The other team shows up, let's say, with like 14. They're going to have 9 in the field, and they're not going to put 6 in the field because the other team is 6.
They're just going to play with what they got.
They're going to play with what they got, and then the other team is at a disadvantage because they have less guys. That's how I think it should be.
That's fair.
You know? So, like, we could also talk about everybody batting in the lineup, which we would bat everybody.
Yeah.
But, like...
You're saying you could have just permanent fielders?
So, like, let's say... I mean, also, if you're in the league or a fan of the league, whatever, and you're watching this, none of this is official. This is going to be talked about by the captains. None of this is official yet. These are not official rule changes. But, like, let's say, hypothetical scenario, right? Let's do the same thing. Dodgers, Pirates. Pirates show up with 6 guys. We show up with just the 2 of us.
Sure.
If the Pirates... Let's say, hypothetically, you and I are the 2 best hitters on the team. We're the 2 best players, right? And the Pirates are like, oh, well, now their 2 best hitters are going to hit in every inning because it's 2-out innings.
Sure.
They could match it by only having 2 guys hit in the lineup.
Yeah.
Okay. And they could also have more fielders. So they'd be at a big advantage. So, like, let's say we're the team with 6 guys. And it's like, okay, the other team only has 2 or 3 guys. Let's match it with a 2 or 3 man lineup of our own, and let's do, you, Logan, and Dylan. I don't know, just an example, right? I think the rule for that would have to be you at least have to bat 3 guys.
Yeah, I feel like if everybody's there,
like if it's like 5-on-5 or 6-on-6, everybody's playing. That's not arguable.
Yeah,
because nobody should have to not be able to hit or whatever. That's not arguable. But I'm saying, like, if it's, like, 6-on-2 or 5-on-2, 6-on-3, something like that, then I feel like you kind of have to make, like, a
if
fit for it. You know.
see now the thing that I would find hard with that, if you're gonna match the field, if you're gonna match the hitters, I feel like then you'd have to whoever's in the batting lineup are the only ones that could be in the field then.
Yeah, but then there's guys that wouldn't be able to play.
That's what I'm saying. That's because
Like, let's say hypothetically it's us again, right?
no,
And we wanted our lineup to be
yeah.
you, me, Logan.
Yeah.
And let's just say hypothetically Dylan wasn't like the best hitter in the league. Let's just say hypothetically, even though he is. We want him in the field. Now we can't put him in the field because he's not in the lineup.
I get I get your point.
Now he doesn't get to play at all. That kind of stinks.
That's true, but then he's only playing in the field though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we already have guys that don't get to play in the field. Like when we show up with 5 guys and we have 2 fielders, 2 guys have to DH. That's no fun.
Sure, I get. I'm saying, but you think Dylan would rather? This, I guess, is just specifically for Dylan. I guess because
Just hypothetically.
hypothetically,
I just picked a random person. To be
I would
honest.
say, I guess just because how I would view it, I would rather be a DH than be just a fielder.
Really?
I think so.
You'd rather DH than field?
Well, no, I'm saying like.
Oh, then just field and not hit.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, but would you rather DH or hit and field?
I would hit. I didn't field.
Hit and field, exactly.
Sure.
So like that's why I'm saying everyone should be allowed to play the field.
Okay.
You could do that. You could say like everyone can play the field, but you don't have to put everybody in the field. So like let's say hypothetically you like DHing and for some reason you really didn't want to play the field, you could just DH.
Sure.
Or if we had like the 5 guys on the Dodgers and we like I'm on the mound, we could just put you, my dad, Dylan, and Logan all in the field.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, nobody wants to DH. Nobody wants to just field and not hit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
The captains have a group chat.
Yeah, the captains have a group chat, and we have over 9 months to figure it out. So we should be
When
good
are
on
you
time.
hoping to get that done by?
Before the draft,
For the draft.
because I would like
For the rookies to know all the rules before.
in the
it
next
goes
few
through.
months, the rookies need to know the rules, and the captains need to know what strategies to have when they draft their players.
Yeah.
Because if like let's say we have the 6th pick, and I'm thinking, okay, we have our 2 fielders, and I'm just looking for bats. I draft a hitter. Now all of a sudden the rule changes, and we can have as many fielders as we want. I passed on a guy on the draft who's a really good fielder.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, dang, I wish I took that guy. I didn't know about that rule. So the rule needs to be implied
Before the draft, so you can have you can have
in
your
far
strategy.
advance of the draft, so you know what you're looking at.
That's fair. I guess, do you have anything else? Any other rule changes besides that one specifically that you are trying to work on, trying to get done, or has anyone come to you with a rule change?
I don't think so. Maybe drawing a line where, like, like if you have to hit it a certain distance for it to be fair.
Yeah.
Maybe we draw a line, so like if it goes past that line, it's a fair ball. If it doesn't, it's not a fair ball.
That's fair. I think that could work because I think we had that problem in the not the World Series, the ALCS, was it NLCS? I feel like one of those games.
One of those,
I
forget. One of those.
There's a prop. If I could throw a suggestion out there, I wish if I could.
Of course.
I'm not trying to complain about, like, especially when I hit home runs, they always go just a little foul.
Mm-hmm.
It was Astros Rays, I think, when they were Ryan hit the home run. Luckily he hit it right after.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter.
Average Ryan at bat.
Average Ryan at bat. I know the Astros had to use their challenge for that.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a big rule change, but if I had to pick one, I would say I feel like all home runs should just be reviewed by the umpire. You don't need to challenge it because it's a scoring play. That's one thing I would do. Chin stroke.
Chin stroke. Interesting.
That's what I would say.
I'm not against that.
That's what I would say.
I'm not against
I
that
feel
at all.
Because you like, it's not like it's a. The ball is like it's out of the field and it's bare and you can't really tell, especially because like, you would be at a better angle than the hitter. So then like they have to waste their challenge and they don't know. You're like I think it was fair, but then you look back and it wasn't. And it
Right.
obviously wasn't. Obviously, like, some people, like, if you're standing farther back and a little to the right, depending on where, or to the left, depending on what pole it goes to,
Yeah.
you're gonna see it better. So I just think it should just be like it's a scoring play. It should just be reviewed by the umpire, and you could save your challenge for like something else.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, I like that, honestly, and we'll definitely have to take that into consideration. I mean, I'm sure a lot will change before May of 2026. Unfortunately, it's a long off season, but I'm glad you guys are here to be along for the ride.
Yeah,
with
weather the
us.
storm.
Because yeah, it's going to be a long off season, unfortunately, but that does not mean we're not going to be putting out content all the time. Here on our YouTube, we have a weekly podcast. We cover the MLWB, of course, and once in a while we'll have episodes covering the MLB, of course. Unfortunately, the Dodgers are not playing great right now, but there's a lot to talk about during the offseason. There's going to be a lot of trades. There's going to be a lot of re-signings. There's going to be the draft. There's going to be crazy stuff during the draft. There's going to be a whole draft video that goes out here on our YouTube in January. There's a lot to go on. We might have a tournament in March, and we might have maybe we'll just have a big announcement for something in the fall. Maybe who knows? Maybe.
Ooh.
So if you made it this far in the episode and you heard that, maybe
You heard it here first.
maybe should I tell him what I'm planning or no?
I have no idea what you're planning.
I know you don't.
I want to know.
Should we tell these guys right here watching?
You know, I think we should cliffhanger it. Cliffhanger it for next week when we do the awards. When you do the
That's
awards
right.
for next
That's right.
week.
We didn't even tell them that yet.
That's right.
That's right.
Look at that.
Next week, if you're not joining or tuning into Paintin Corners, next week we are announcing the award winners for the 2025 MLWB season right here on Paintin
You gotta
Corners.
watch next week. That's why I do it. You gotta watch next week.
You have to watch next week because we're announcing awards and we are making a huge announcement for something going on in the fall that you guys are going to want to know about. So stay tuned, stick with us, and tune in next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on our YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any final thoughts, Nick?
I mean, it's gonna be a great, absolute, fantastic season. It's gonna be a crazier off season.
Yes, like it always is.
It always is.
Like we said, there's always like that one random night where like just like something crazy happens. Like I'll get a text like, so and so's going to this team, and it's like, what? Like it'll happen eventually.
4:30 in the morning. You two guys are up for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy who got traded wakes up like, what the fuck?
It's like people find out like through an Instagram post that they got traded. Like that happens all the time.
That happened to me.
Yeah, that's right. It was you.
That was me.
I remember that. Oh my goodness.
I was like, am I gone? I was like, am I in the league still? Because I didn't like at first. I was like,
maybe it's one of those fake accounts that post like the fake, like you know, like the MLB, like instead of like MLB on Fox, it's like MLB on like something, like it's just like misspelled or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, they make like a fake graphic, like Shohei Ohtani back to the Angels, and it's like, it's just like. It looks just like it's real, but it's fake, like, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, but it
was real.
But it in fact was real because nobody's
real.
making fake posts for the MLWB.
It was real. I was like so confused at first because I was like, because I think when I looked at the post the first time I was like I didn't see like I saw that I was traded. It said I was I think I could be entirely wrong. I might have like waited and not like gone over to the next slide. I think it just said that I was traded and never said to and what they got. So I was like, where the hell am I going?
This is when you were traded to the Astros, I'm assuming.
Traded to the Astros, yes.
Okay. That's so sad.
I'm going to Guangdong.
Guangdong Tigers.
Yo.
Ni hao. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you guys got to tune in next week for awards, and you got to tune in for a very big announcement because we got some crazy plan for the fall. So I'm James Trillo here with Nick Volpe, and we will see you guys next week. We'll see you.